Now, aside I think I've explained that thing about my investing of education. Now it's now pride. So all of this are going to be chain of videos in different, if they're just linked. So, um, my, so I've thought about investing in my children, in your children education, because I believe that our parents, when parents invest in their children's education, you can see the direct contrasts, or you can see the parallels with those who did not, because some parents are very busy, I understand, but some parents can be very indifferent about their children's education. I don't pay school fees now, they go school and all of that. So I'd say that for parents who invest in their children's education, can do can do better in most cases. And sometimes there are people who don't even invest in their children's education, they just pay their school fees and their children still do exceedingly well. So nothing is set on stone. Especially with children, we have geniuses, we have precocious children. Nothing is set on stone. But let's not leave anything to fall through the cracks, because I've also had so many cases as well dealing with all of the children that I have dealt with. Sometimes I feel very bad because these kids are not doing well, and it affects me because I want them to do well. So let me explain. So I was proud, very proud. And then came Esther. I felt like, oh, I could beat Esther at Quadri. I don't know really what happened. I don't know what my teacher did, but I feel like maybe she wanted to teach me a lesson. Or maybe indeed I did come third. But at the end of primary five that time, guess what? I came third. I did not come second. Ah, I did not fall from first to second. I went from first to third. Hey! Shame where me keep. Shame you want me keep. I felt very ashamed. I was so frightened of my elder sister at that time. She was a militant to me. But our training paid off. I was like, hey, I did not know how to go and tell my elder that I came third, because it was not my person. I was always coming first, primary one, except from primary two, second time I came third, second. But from primary one to primary five, it was first. For those of you that know me, you know that I'm not lying. Good dear, Mr. Arabashala is still alive. Make you not be like say person, they lie. But I felt like I was very, I knew I was proud, and that, told on me dangerously. Esther came first, Quadri came second, and I came third, and I learned my lesson. I learned that pride can be somebody's downfall. That Bible verse that says, pride goeth before a fall. So in all of these things I've talked about today, then my editor now told me that if I don't keep coming first, I feel like that's her trying to keep me on my toes, that she'll stop paying my school fees. Hey, and I was going to secondary school. And then I think that shaping the way I saw things. I don't think I was now seeing them from a place of pride, and also that I had a lot of work to do. So we children, at that time, my parents were supportive, but at the same time there was discipline. I read, I was allowed to watch movies, but this does not exist in it's no homes are the same, no two homes are the same. So people don't allow their children to watch movies, and that's fine. I don't want mine to watch movies as well, except it's controlled probably around only during the weekends. So first, parents, be invested in your children's education. Do everything within your power to give the best that you can. If you're able to afford home lessons within structured environment, please do. I want your kids to excel. I want your kids to do so much. I want your kids to do very, very well, not just in education, but in business, in any venture they find themselves, in every place they find themselves. All of their skills will guide them, and then, you know, be like my mother, or do more than my mother. Ask questions. What have you learned? Can I see what assignments were you giving? Were you not giving assignments? And I mean, this differ for different levels. Ask questions. Be invested. Let your kids know that my mother would ask questions because I know my mom will always ask questions. And keep your kids on their toes. Not that you're not going to give them packages and all of that, but you should be structured. My parents, we always did well. My sister, my siblings and I always did well, and I think that was the reason why my elders allowed us to watch television within anytime we did. Well, she would always ask us, "Have you attended to your assignment? Have you done your assignment?" We didn't have lesson teachers, but I want to get lesson teachers for my kids. I want to introduce her to my home because I want my kids to do better. Not because that they can't do that themselves independently. I don't even know what child I'm going to have. However, because children exist on different spectrum, let's do the best that we can. As parents, be invested in your children's education. Do the best that you can within your capacities, within your, within all that you have. And as children, Do not be proud. Pride, go before a fall. Thank you.